The last thing I heard before I ran from that house was my own voice whispering from the closet. "Dante, leave. We're not done learning you." I didn't turn back, because by then, I knew the whispers in that house weren't human. And worse, they were getting better at sounding like me. I had just moved to the city. New job. Low savings. So when I saw a 2-bedroom furnished house for half the normal rent, I didn't question it. Primera, Solhav, te landlord, amene Mr. Shah, Hataya, hollow eyes. He didn't explain much, just handed me the keys and said, "The house is quiet. And whatever you do, don't leave the windows open at night." It was a weird warning, but I was so excited about the deal that I just brushed it off. The first night, I noticed how unnaturally silent the house was. No traffic noise from the street. No dogs barking. No hum from the refrigerator. Just absolute silence. It felt heavy like a blanket smothering all sound. Around 1 in the morning, I heard it. A slow creak of floorboards from the hallway. I sat up in bed, my heart instantly pounding. Then, a whisper, so soft, it was like someone breathing my name right next to my ear. I jumped out of bed and flipped on the lights. Nobody there. The windows were closed tight. The front door was locked. I tried to tell myself it was just the house settling, but then I heard it again. "Can you hear me?" The voice was faint, but unmistakable. It sounded exactly like me. My own voice, whispering from the shadows of my new room. I didn't sleep a wink that night. The next night, I was determined to prove it was just my imagination. I set my phone on the nightstand, hit record on the voice notes app, and tried to sleep. In the morning, with my heart hammering against my ribs, I played it back. At first, there was only silence. Then, the sound of my own soft breathing. And then, another voice. "He's awake." It wasn't my voice. Not completely. It sounded like a child and an old man speaking at the exact same time. A horrible, layered sound. Then another voice joined in. This one clearer. "Don't scare him yet." My hand shook as I stopped the recording. I deleted the file immediately, trying to erase it from existence. But you can't delete a memory. Soon, it wasn't just a nighttime thing anymore. The whispers started creeping into my days. I was on a Zoom meeting for work, giving a presentation. My mouth was closed. I was listening to my boss speak, but my colleagues started looking confused. Later, when I played the meeting back, I heard it. While I was completely silent, my laptop mic had picked up my own voice, whispering softly. "Don't send that file. Stay. Listen." My blood went cold. It wasn't just in my head. It was real, and it was using my voice. I started noticing other things I'd missed before. Faint, thin scratches on the wall near my bed, almost hidden by the paint. And next to them, tiny fingerprints, like a child had pressed their hands against the plaster. As I looked closer, I could just make out words that had been scratched and almost erased. "Help us stay." That night, I didn't dare record anything. I didn't want any more proof. But the whispers didn't care if I was listening. Around 3:15 a.m., I was woken by something new. Not a whisper, but a deep, rumbling sound coming from inside the bedroom wall. It was a voice. A clear, distinct voice. "Why did you delete us?" I was paralyzed with fear, frozen in my bed. I don't know why I did it, but I whispered back into the darkness. "Who's there?" For a moment, there was only silence. Then, the voice from the wall answered. "We're what's left behind. When people leave pieces of themselves here." As it spoke, the wall behind my bed seemed to pulse, a slow, rhythmic bulge, like something massive inside was breathing. I scrambled out of bed and ran to the living room. My phone was on the table, its screen lit up. It was recording, even though I hadn't turned it on. As I stared at it, the recording started playing automatically. A chorus of disjointed whispers filled the room. "Ask him why he talks to himself when he's lonely. Ask him why. He cried last night." Then, a final, chilling whisper that stole the air from my lungs. "Ask him if he knows. We can hear everything he thinks." I couldn't take it anymore. The next morning, I drove straight to the landlord's office and confronted him. At first, he denied everything, acting like I was crazy. But when I described the voices, the scratches, the pulsing wall, his face went pale. Finally, he broke. There was a family, he said, his voice trembling. A couple, and their 7-year-old son. They died in that house, not suddenly, slowly. Nobody knows what really happened. I felt a knot of dread tighten in my stomach. And the boy, I asked. Mr. Shah wouldn't look at me. He just stared at the floor and whispered. He kept saying, "The walls remember." I knew I had to leave. I went back to the house and started throwing my things into boxers, my hands shaking. But that night, as I was packing, the power suddenly went out. The entire house was plunged into a thick, suffocating darkness. Then I heard footsteps directly above me, crossing the ceiling. And then, my own voice spoke, right behind me. "Running away again, Arav." I froze. This wasn't a recording. It wasn't an echo. It was speaking to me. Calmly. Like it knew me. "We don't copy humans," it said. "Its tone soft and conversational. We collect them. Every whisper you heard was someone else." Before they stopped answering back. My blood ran ice. It wasn't one ghost. It was a collection. Something began moving inside the walls, pushing outward. I could see the drywall straining, bulging, like dozens of hands were trying to press through from the other side. Then I heard my own voice again, this time from the closet behind me. "If you leave now, you'll leave us alone with him." It sounded desperate, almost pleading. I didn't turn around. I didn't grab my wallet or my keys. I just ran. As I threw open the front door and stumbled into the night, one final whisper followed me out. "We'll learn someone else now." And then, a second, fainter whisper that sounded almost sad. "Unless you miss us." I sprinted down the street and never looked back. I moved across town to a modern, noisy apartment building. I haven't heard any whispers since, but sometimes, in the dead of night, when everything is quiet and I'm alone with my thoughts, I don't hear the house. I hear my own voice, whispering from the deepest part of my mind. Can you still hear us? Houses don't become haunted by ghosts. They become haunted by memories. Every argument, every secret fear, every lonely night where you spoke to yourself, thinking no one heard you. Maybe something did. Something that listens and collects those pieces you leave behind. And one day, it learns to speak them back to you. The next time you hear a strange noise in a silent room, ask yourself, is it just your imagination, or is it an echo that's finally ready to answer? Thank you for watching. Keep your lights on tonight. Good night.